want to say this, man. Like overall, though, it's like I hate the fact that some people are trying to villainize Will Smith. And he's this prime time actor. He should know better, whatever, whatever. But that's what happened when you put people up on pedestal. You kind of make them guys. You know what I'm saying? You dehumanize them and make them guys. And so like you think like
Mhm.
they don't have feelings, they don't have emotions. Like you think they don't supposed to react like how you probably would in that same situation. You know what I mean? But then when that happens though, you take them from this guy level and then just throw them in the bottom of the trash can, bottom of the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. Like if you held this person up to this so much esteem, like you gotta still get him the grace to fall down, and come back to human level. You know what I mean? Like you can't just let them drop and just cancel them like they never existed. Like so now they
So I
talking about.
think what that is, man. I think what that is we, especially us as black people, man. Like we're constantly in search of uh the black person or the black family to sit on, or I guess be at the pinnacle of what we deem a successful family is, right? So
Mhm.
I think the response to that, that action that happened that night, I think it was more of an upsetting, and yes, it was because we put him on that pedestal or whatever. We put him and his family up there, and we created goals, right? You
Mhm.
know, Jada and Will love. You know what I mean? J.
Mhm.
Cole said it himself. So it's like
Mhm.
we
Jay Z,
we
Beyonce.
glorified them
Mhm.
in our mind. Exactly, we glorified them in our mind, like you said. But it wasn't just him. It was him, his family, what he stood for as a successful black man, and all those things surrounding it. Like that was the person. He was supposed to be the person that we could point to and say, okay, this is what you need to be like. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And so I think, and again, that's not. It's good that he, has those expectations, but it's also bad because it takes away the human side,
Mhm.
right? The human side will let you know, regardless of who it is, if it's a human, that person is liable to make a mistake at some point in time,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And that's what make that person a human. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're right. We got to stop glorifying and deifying these human beings,
Mhm.
um because everybody's normal, man. Even the Obamas, man, like they look at them like they, oh man, you know what I'm saying?
Man, but think about the pressure of that
I'm
though.
talking about
Think about the
crazy.
pressure of being the first black president. You couldn't even, boy, if he would have doggone, I
Bro,
don't know, stepped on a puppy or something, man. It was like, yeah, you got to get him
ladybug.
up out of here. He got to go. You
Telling
know what
you,
I mean? So,
telling you.
but
Now his
it's
daughter's
tough,
out here
man.
smoking weed and all this crazy stuff.
I'm telling you, man. Like, I don't know.
But
I
that's just
just
normal though, man.
come on, man. And I don't know, bro. It's hard to be a black man in America, bro. It's really hard
Sure, for sure.
because you got outside expectations, you got family expectations, and you supposed to carry all this weight and do it with a smile. You know what I mean? And then you not even given the space to be honest or be vulnerable. You know what I mean? Because once you do that, now you look at it as weak.
Mhm.
You ain't given the space to cry. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
what kind of man are
talk
you?
about that a little bit, bro. Talk about that a little bit, man. Talk about how we're asked as men to be to communicate better, to show emotion, because that's just that's just not something that we're really raised with. At least where we're from.
Mhm.
Um, and most men, period. Um, but talk about how like women want that communicator, want that the man that can show emotion. And then when they get that, after they have to claw it out of us,
Mhm.
we finally provide them that, and then they, you know what I'm saying, they take it a weird way. You talk about it a little bit, man.
Man, just go back to like unrealistic expectations, bro, because or conflicting expectations at that. Like
Conflicting. There we
women,
go.
women in society want men to be these strong, tall, unbreakable, unpenetrable forces, bro. But then they want you to be
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable and soft at the same time. You know what I mean? But then once you hang too far to one side and then you kind of listen back from the other side, then it's like, what you doing? You know what I mean? On either way. So you can be
Yeah.
this strong black man, and it's like, bro, you being too serious, or you're not listening to me. You're not being honest. You're not being vulnerable. Then you
Not being
swing back.
empathetic.
Yeah, you're not being empathetic. Okay, then you got a man that swings too far to the right, who or to the left, whatever have you. That is softer, is more vulnerable, is more um vocal about his feelings, and it's like, bro, you been too soft. Like, man up. You know what I mean?
Being a
So,
hoe.
yeah, it's crazy, man. So, how do we? Okay, versus us keep complaining about it. Well, not even complaining, but griping about it. What can we do about that as black men? Or I'm just say men in general. What can we do about that? To do we try to straddle the fence and be equally on both sides, or do we pick a side and just let society think what they want to think? It's like, yeah. What you think?
I think we be us. I think we be whoever we are. I think we be that with the capability to show emotions in the right times and communicate, man.